On a quiet Sunday morning in Shreveport, Louisiana, gunfire shattered the peace of a neighborhood. By the time it ended, 8 children lay dead. The youngest was only 3 years old. 7 of them were killed by their own father. Kindly follow our page as we break it down. What drove a man to turn against his own family in such a devastating way? And how did this become the deadliest mass shooting in the nation in more than 2 years? Shamar Elkins was 31 years old. He lived in the Cedar Grove area of South Shreveport. He was an Army veteran. Relatives said he had been struggling with mental health issues and dark thoughts. He was also stressed about problems in his marriage. To those around him, he seemed like a father dealing with everyday pressures. But behind closed doors, something was building. No one could have predicted the horror that was about to unfold. Early on April 19, 2026, the violence began at 2 homes in the same neighborhood. Authorities described it as a domestic incident. Elkins carried out the attack across the locations. In one house, he shot and killed 8 children, 7 of his own and 1 other child who was there. The victims were boys and girls between the ages of 3 and 11. 2 women were also shot and critically wounded. One was his wife, the mother of several of the children. The other was believed to be his girlfriend. A 13-year-old escaped injury by fleeing the scenes. The full timeline is still being pieced together. But police say the shootings happened quickly in the early morning hours. After the attack, Elkins fled. He carjacked a vehicle and led officers on a chase that crossed into Bossier Parish. The pursuit ended when police caught up with him. Officers shot and killed Elkins during the confrontation. He died at the scene. The investigation moved fast. Shreveport police, along with state authorities, secured multiple crime scenes. They spoke with family members and witnesses. Relatives told reporters that Elkins had been distraught recently about his relationship and a possible breakup. He had a prior conviction from years earlier, but nothing that hinted at this level of violence. Mental health struggles were mentioned, though officials have not released full details about any treatment or warnings. The case is being reviewed as a domestic violence tragedy. In the end, 8 innocent children lost their lives. 2 women fought for theirs in the hospital. A father and husband was gone too, killed by police. The community of Shreveport was left in shock. Leaders called it an unimaginable loss. It stood as the nation's deadliest mass shooting since early 2024. This tragedy forces us to ask hard questions. How do we better recognize when someone is suffering in silence? What signs do we miss in our own families and neighborhoods? In the quiet aftermath, one thing is clear: lives were stolen far too soon, and the pain will linger long after the news cameras leave. What happened in Shreveport reminds us how fragile peace can be, and how important it is to reach out before it's too late.